You may remember a few weeks ago, Jay Vaught told us how his helmet saved his life. Now we have new dashcam video of exactly what happened that day. Eyewitness News 5's Mark Opgram talked with him back then.
Dash cams are nothing new, and in fact, people have been using them for probably over a decade. But even before that, people were jury-rigging other kinds of cameras to their dashboards. And it's all because traffic sucks, and other people don't know how to drive, and we hate being wronged, and accidents happen. We want to be in the right. We want to have the evidence that we weren't the ones that caused the problem. But also, sometimes we're in an interesting place, and we want to record that. As a motorcycle rider, all of that is multiplied by 1,000. We are so exposed out there. Don't have the protection of this metallic cage. Anytime something happens to us, we want to make sure that we are supported by some strong evidence. At the same time, we are enthusiasts, and we want to relive some of those memories as well. A company by the name of HFK reached out to me and wanted to see if I could test out one of their units. This particular unit is HM201. Now, this is a dual camera system, and it does not come with a screen. So you plug it in, set up your cameras, and the way to get the footage out is you can either have a memory card or you can connect to it with an app. So they sent me this box. It's actually packaged really well once I opened it. Packaging is the first thing you see, so it seems to be done all right. So now I just got to figure out where and how to install it on the actual bike. Before I go any further, please comment, like, and subscribe to this video. It helps my channel grow and gives me the opportunity to test out products like this in the future as well. So I decided to put it on my Triumph Tiger Sport 660 because that seems to make the most sense, because that's the machine that I take out the most for when I do longer trips. Installing it is not, I would say, on a difficulty scale between 5 and 1, 1 being the easiest, 5 being the hardest. It's somewhere between 3 and 4, because you do have to plug in some stuff. Now, don't think that it's impossible if you're at a level 1 or 2, because all you really have to do is either take a look and see what I did in this video, or look at some of the other videos that feature this product. It's not that hard. It just seems like it's hard, because you have to hook something up to the battery, basically. And as long as you know how to disconnect the battery and reconnect it, then it becomes more like a 1 or a 2. But first, let's go over some of the features and benefits of this particular system. So the cameras feature a wide angle lens, 137 degrees, I believe, and a 1080p dual recording mode. It's got a built-in memory. So that's really key, because if you don't have a memory card, you can just utilize the internal memory. It is IP67 waterproof and dustproof, so you can use it on your long trip, and if you hit some crazy weather, you should be more than fine. It has a G sensor for stabilized smooth footage. As I mentioned before, it comes with an app that you can download for your phone, and it has an internal Wi-Fi unit that you can connect to and download your footage straight to the phone. The cameras themselves are small, minimalist, easy to hide on your bike, depending on where you put it. And as you can see on a Tiger Sport 660, there are a couple spots that you could put them in. Where I decided to put them is my own personal choice. You don't necessarily have to do that yourself, but that's kind of where I like them. Seems to be working out okay. Okay, enough talking. Let's take a look, see where I put the unit and the cameras. My goal today is to make sure that the camera works, right? The two cameras work. Where I put the various components doesn't really matter to me right now. I just want to hook it up to the battery, see that all the components work and are recording, etc., and drawing power from the battery. Most likely the control unit's going to go right in here. The power unit is going to go somewhere up here. Cameras obviously in the back, and in the front, don't know where that is yet, but I'm working on it. Also, since I don't really have an accessory port or a plug on the Triumph Tiger Sport 660, although I do have a USB plug in here somewhere, but it doesn't really connect to these C hookups. What I ended up buying and eventually will install is this fuse extension thing. Anyway, it goes into a spot in the fuse box where I want it to, and you can plug in the original fuse in here, and the new accessory, which is this, will plug into this, which means I have to strip the wire and plug it in here. But for now, I don't have to do that. All I have to do is hook it up to the battery, turn it on, make sure the cameras work, and we're gold. If you're going that route and not plugging it into something that can be controlled with an ignition key, meaning you turn off the ignition, all power goes out. If you plug it in directly into the battery, and according to the instructions and common sense, your unit will stay on until you turn it off. So my suggestion to you, if you're going to do that, have it installed somewhere on the outside, since it's waterproof, and use the power button on and off every time. So regardless of how you're going to connect it, you still have to connect the black wire to the negative terminal, the red wire with the fuse to the positive terminal, and then you have this ACC power connector that can be plugged into, as I mentioned, to the connection to the power switch. But in this case, they both get connected to the red, according to the instructions anyway. Hypothetically speaking, the power should be connected. So red goes to red in a very specific way. Now you see all the power's off. Press and hold the power button. All the power's on. Now, of course, the downside of this particular model is that it doesn't have a screen, so you can't be watching the feed live, but it does have the capability to put an SD card in here, and then you can watch it after the fact or connect it to the app, and you should be able to watch it there as well. The easiest thing is actually plug it in the cameras. So they just plug into these spots right here. Plugged in, boom, that's one. Plugged in, boom. Numero dos. And now you have the unit and the cameras plugged in. And the only thing that's left to do is to route them through and connect them somewhere on the bike. Let's find out where, because I don't know yet. But future me knows where, so I'm gonna back to the studio and future me. Okay, future me here. Still don't know where. So the dilemma is, do I drill holes or not? Do I use the tape or not? All these things you're gonna have to ask yourself. You know, do you trust tape, double-sided tape? Or do you feel safe drilling holes and putting it somewhere here, which pretty good spot? Or do we just put it here and tape it? All good questions. All good questions that past me didn't know, present me doesn't know. So maybe the future me knows. So we're gonna go straight there. We're gonna go straight to future me. Hopefully there's no more future me's after that. Okay, future me. Go. I've got the brackets all set up. This particular one on the back, like this. On the back, I decided to use the tape provided. You can see right there. It's 3M tape, And for the front, however, because I decided to put it under the front area right here, you can see right there, I ended up screwing it in because I didn't want to take any chances. I didn't want it like coming off at some point. So you can see I put 2 screws in there and it's just under the plastic. Again, I didn't want to take any chances with it coming off. And besides, 2 more holes at the bottom there, that's not gonna, nobody's ever gonna see those. While in this case, you will notice 2 holes right there. So I've got the front camera secured and I'm gonna have to run the wire to the back where the control unit is. And one way to do it is to take off this panel right here, which is really easy to do. And then just kind of run the wire in here. So as you can see, I've got the camera mounted, and that's really not the toughest part. The toughest part, of course, is unlike the front, the wiring, leading the wire from the back is a little tougher because on the Tiger Sport 660, there's not that many options because there's no really entrance towards the interior where the power unit is. So the only way to do it is through that kind of like monoshock area. If you have panniers like I do, at least the OEM ones on your Tiger Sport 660, I will recommend that you remove one. Then what you can do is you can thread this through this little piece right here, which you can take off utilizing the 2 bolts right here. Take that off, or at least loosen it, thread your cable through that so that it's not dangling. Then what you can do is go right through where the monoshock is, right there. And there's some other cables here. You just go right through that, keep it taut so that it's not sagging, and just have it come out right here. You can see right through there. It comes out here, and then there you have it. Then you can plug it into the unit, and actually you're all set. So you just got to secure the unit in and you're good to go. So now we have the camera on the back, we have the camera in the front, we have all the wiring right here. Now this is kind of like a rat's nest right now, I know, but it's temporary because, as I said, this is just a test. But for now, so I can actually test the unit, this will suffice. Okay, so that kind of sort of completes the installation part. Now the real test begins, and let's see what it looks like after you ride. Let's brave this 95-degree Chicago weather and go out there, take a ride, see what this footage looks like. Well, that wasn't so bad. As I mentioned in the video, the final resting place of the unit inside the motorcycle is going to be slightly different once I'm truly done. As always, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. In the meantime, take a look at some of these other videos and ride safe.